Alright. I guess I should wait for it to load. Alright. Oh no, it did load. Alright. Well, it's a bad start already, and the controller's not working. Nope, it is working. It's not on the window. Good start. Alright, so we're playing Silent Hill 3. It's the third one. Yeah, off to a good start. I don't really know anything about this game. I mean, I did watch it's a good warning message. I like that. I did watch a Super Eye Patch Wolf video on it. Well, the Super Eye Patch Wolf video on it years ago. I'll keep talking later. We gotta react to this. More different musical direction. That's interesting. Not what I expected. Although I guess it's supposed to be kind of like about being a teen or whatever, right? So I just realized the screen is probably a bit messed up. I will try to fix that here in a minute. Oh, there's vocals too. I'm probably gonna get copyright struck, but that's fine. Yeah, that's the lady from Silent Hill 1, isn't it? The Geomancy or whatever lady? It's one of those critters. That's cool. That's good. You know, if you don't have your flashlight on when it's bright in a room, you'll save power too. I know. I'm kind of reacting to these scenes late. I got a slow brain, okay? The music is set an interesting tone, I will say. I mean, it's better than just like a generic... Well, I guess it wasn't generic in the first two games, but you know, the standard kind of atmospheric vibe, but I don't know, maybe it works. Also, this is going on for longer than I'd anticipate. This might be an episode 0, you know what? The screen might be a bit messed up just because it's an episode 0, and I didn't think to fix anything. That's also from Silent Hill 1. I've heard it draws on the first two games. I didn't think like the carousel and what's-her-face were just gonna show up. First two games weren't explicitly in the same universe, were they? I mean, I guess it was ambiguous. I mean, maybe they had to be, because Silent Hill as a place was in both. Maybe they're just like reusing like aesthetics. Maybe this isn't literally the carousel from Silent Hill 1. Oh, we're at 5 minutes. This is definitely an episode 0. They commissioned a full song for the intro. They're going to use the full song for the intro. Oh, and I guess that screen was just kind of like letterboxed in universe. Alright, I'll fix the screen later. I gotta talk enough that I think this might be an episode 0. Oh, and she's gonna start again immediately. I don't know what the deal with the ladies in the dresses with the legs are. Look forward to that. But so yeah, this time I won't just react to whatever this is. I will talk about my thoughts. So I've had some time to kind of like think about to form an opinion on the first two Silent Hill games. And what I've come to, I think, at least from my approach, from the way I interact with video games, I think they both kind of had a feeling that they would be more fun to play once you're like inherently, once you're more familiar with mechanics and everything of the game, like a lot of both games really, like you're dropping this place with a bunch of rooms and you're just kind of like opening doors, and what you get is kind of random, like whether it'll be a key to proceed or ammo or just some enemies or whatever. And like if you were to go in and like play through these areas knowing what's what and what's where, I feel like you would kind of be able to appreciate like the atmosphere more. I know technically the whole argument is that you're supposed to be like desperately going through these environments, having to conserve your ammo and everything, but I just, as games in of themselves, I feel like they would be more fun to interact with, at least for me, if they're a bit more streamlined. And this is kind of a complaint I have with most games, but if there's a bit more just like plot emphasis, like I know I complained, especially with Silent Hill 1, on like the plot was confusing. I've gotten over that. That was kind of my fault in how I approached that game. But even still, going forwards, that's something I don't think, like I said, I don't really know what to expect from Silent Hill 3. So I'm kind of expecting this more of the same, which, to be clear, I'm not against. I'm perfectly happy to just like play through what feels like Silent Hill 1 and 2 again for a third time mechanically. I just, I feel like I'm expecting, I'm sorry, I need to like gather myself here. I'm just expecting that same kind of experience, and I'm just saying like, I don't know, I'm not necessarily I will enjoy it, but I think it is kind of not optimal for me in a way. The other thing is like to explore what, like I said before, I have seen a bit of the Super Eye Patch Wolf video. I know I saw the full Super Eye Patch Wolf video on Silent Hill 3 like a few years ago, and I vaguely remember it. So like the main thing, I guess, what I'm going to this game looking for is how it's going to be approaching itself thematically. Like Silent Hill 1 was this kind of like very surreal, angular kind of take on horror, kind of like drawing from David Lynch in I know that's a very common comparison to make with like any narrative, but I'm pretty sure they did explicitly draw on David Lynch, like the developers know them for Silent Hill. And then the second Silent Hill was more, themes of like guilt and like exploring this. It's kind of like it played out like a kind of secular version of hell, kind of Dante's Inferno kind of thing, which I appreciate. It is, I guess, playing it through it, you're not supposed to know that that's what's happening, in which case I think the plot would be very effective. I mean, it's still a very well-made game, even knowing that going ahead, knowing like what's happening and the plot twist before you start playing. With Silent Hill 3, like, we see the protagonist girl here. I think her name is Cheryl. All I really know about her explicitly is that she's like 15 or something, and she dresses in 90s fashion with her ugly, puffy, silver spaceship-looking vest thing. But I've heard, I think, of the game exploring like themes of like, it's kind of more coming of age, which I'm not necessarily into, I'm kind of a bit old for that, but also themes of like, feminism and womanhood and that sort of thing, which I would be very much looking forward to seeing the game handle. I don't know how much of that we're actually going to get, how plot heavy this game is in general, like I've said before, but that's something I look forward to seeing. I do have high hopes for the game's narrative structure, despite it often being like, it's just games in general often being like sparser than I would like. I mean, ostensibly the average person here is just going to be playing them for the horror shooty bits, but I don't know, it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's been almost 12 minutes. I think starting to play now would be a bit much, so I guess we're having episode 0. Sorry about that. That's probably not what people were looking for. But, hey, I'm trying to contribute something and not just, like, play through the game silently with no opinions, so I do have to blab at some point, and, this is just kind of front-loading all my blabbing, so, that's about it. What do we have for options? That's the one thing I can look through. Ooh, it comes with French. I believe that's German, Italian, Spanish, Korean, Japanese. You have to know English. No, I guess this is the English language distribution. Subtitles on. We definitely want that. Those are fine, I think. Everything else should be... Oh, it's sort of 3D. I'm gonna leave it 3D. I think that's like tank controls versus modern control type. You know what? Since we're gonna be playing tomorrow, start like playing for real tomorrow, anyways. I'm gonna look into what I should have that set to. I am kind of expecting tank controls given the first 2 games, so I'd be more than happy just to. At this point, I'd be more than happy just to like bear with it. Having enough experience to be comfortable with it now, finally under my belt. But like, will it be green if I change it? It will. So it knows if I so I can see that 3D is the default. So, all right, I'll look into that for next time. Subtitles is definitely going to be on though, because people do speak quietly sometimes. And yeah, this is episode 0. We changed the subtitle setting and did nothing else. Hope this was a good video for you. Yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Look forward next time to see me like actually play Silent Hill, to see like what happens if you hit a new game. Isn't that exciting? Don't you want to find that out? Oh, just kidding. Here's the attract screen again, whatever it's called. It's an arcade game. I don't know why I call it the attract screen. Whatever. Thank you for watching. This is a mess.